Hi guys, I wanted to do this video today just to be able to kind of give some clarity. I know obviously schools are closed unless you're a key worker, unless your children are still going into school, and they're not being provided with an education facility, more of a care and nurture facility, because obviously with the sheer amount of different children that schools are getting on a daily basis, and the staff changing, it's almost impossible. We're providing a safe place for them. Ultimately, the safest place is at home, because obviously we're supposed to be kind of isolated at the moment. With everything that's up in the air, I'm conscious that a lot of websites and blogs, and Facebook pages and things like that are kind of sharing information around with regards to really good resources, websites and that sort of thing to keep the children going. But personally, I've not shared a lot yet, because I know that there's a lot out there, and I know from a teaching perspective that it's not all amazing. So really this video today is to share with you what I've used at school, what I know works and how it works, because I feel like a lot of grown-ups will find that they've been given a pack, they've been given a list of websites, and it's like, you go and carry it on. But the reality of that is really quite scary. I mean, it's a scary time for everybody, but when you've got people who are working from home with possibly more than likely more than one child, so you've still got to work from home, you've got to keep them alive, you've got to keep them engaged, keep them motivated, keep yourself motivated, keep everybody calm, establish some sort of new normality. And I just feel like maybe this video will hopefully give people some starting points if they don't know exactly what's out there. And these are like tried and tested. I know by me, I know by my colleagues in different schools that I've worked in. I wouldn't share it with you if I didn't know that it was good. So hopefully what we'll be able to do from here is give you some good things to be going on with. I have got 10 websites that I want to show you. It will be a whistle stop tour, and it won't be a whistle stop tour. What I want to try and do is show you where all the different parts are, and then let you go and have a look for yourselves, because I know that some of the websites can be insanely overwhelming. The first one I'm going to show you is something that we use as teachers all the time, and it literally has got like millions of things on there, and if you don't know what you're looking for, it's like trying to find a needle in a haystack. So I want to try and give you some really kind of just pinpoint you in the right directions and some really useful places to start, and then you can explore further for yourselves to suit your children. So hopefully this will work. Here we are. So I'm going to start with this particular website. So this website's called TeLo. It's a very, very new social network for teachers. This is the blog page, the website link that I will be sharing alongside this video. Okay, so this is the website that I think has got the most useful resources. So if I pop back up to the top, it says free. Now I'm going to go through that in more detail, because it's not all completely free. There's certain elements of certain websites that are free, which is why I'm going to point you in the direction of the free stuff, because ultimately we don't want anybody paying to feel like they've got to educate the children when there is so much good free stuff out there. So I want to make sure I point you in the direction of all of that. You've got so it's all organized quite well. You've got a maths section relatable to all year groups. Then you've got specifically to your early years and all the way up to year 6. Again, you've got math, you've got literacy, suitable to all year groups. And then working up, you've got also some nice reading resources, some science, home learning stuff, some good experiments, lots of different topics, art, design, technology, computing. So it's got a lot of great starting points if you know what you're looking for. History and geography as well, PE, loads of different things. But that, to me, even as somebody who knows what most of those websites are, that's a lot. So hopefully with this video you'll be able to get some really good starting points. So the first one I want to show you guys is Twinkle. Twinkle without an E on the end. This is the teacher's Bible. It's brilliant. Okay, it covers an awful lot of bases in terms of resources, reading books, activity sheets, colouring pages, maths, English. It covers all aspects of the curriculum. It covers anything from children with SEN. It covers up to up to high school. Like it covers a really, really broad range of different things. So there's two main points that I want to point you out to. You've got your home learning hub and your coronavirus home learning support page. So I'm going to start with there. I'll show you the home learning hub in a minute. So your learning support page, obviously dependent on what country you're in, you'll select, takes you down to really kind of specific information. Now there's loads of stuff in the Twinkle parents section just on like general notes on education and things like that, for if anybody really isn't sure and wants to do a little bit of reading before they start. Okay, then you've got your general Twinkle in the pink, which is all your home learning packs and things like that, which I'll show you in a moment. And then you've got Twinkle Go, which I want to show you first. Now this is something that as a teacher I don't use as much as I should do. I don't subscribe to it personally, but I know that some of the resources are free on here. So if we go on to just the explore section, it takes you to this Twinkle Go website. So not all of it is free, like I say. It does say when it's free. Like here, you've got the multiplication skills check. There's that really clear pink banner that says free resource. So you will not be able to get all of this, but you will be able to get some of it. Now you've got quizzes and things like that. You've got different like PowerPoints and things like that. You can talk through comprehensions, arithmetics, all different things. I suppose the main thing that you want to do for yourselves is where it says child's age, you select. So it gives you really specific. So your early years, your key stage 1 is your year 1 and 2, and your key stage 2 is the juniors. So say you want to look for the juniors, okay? You've got life in the trenches. These hotspot pictures are quite cool because when you click on the little plus signs, they give you information about the different like genuine historical facts, and it kind of talks through the artifacts and the pictures, which is quite useful. Like I say, you've got comprehension activities. Where's there another one there? You've got the water cycle hotspots. So all those different plus signs teach you about the different parts of the water cycle. Multiplication check. Then you've got the opportunity to listen. There's plenty of audio books. So one of the things that Twinkle does is creates a lot of their own literature. Some of it, like you can see the Jack and the Beanstalk is based on already published literature, but others they've made up, like I presume Carrot Club is something that's made up by Twinkle. Twinkle Play, lots of games. Again, not all free, but a lot of them are. All of this can be sorted by your child's age, which is really, really handy. And then you've got Watch, where you've got different animations, some of them like scientific, like here you've got the movement of the planets, you've got a story, facts about different animals, some spag, GCSE biology, practical food tests. I mean, that's something I've literally only just noticed, but that's really handy. Again, all categorizable by the different ages of the children that you've got in your care at the moment. Okay, so that's Twinkle Go. If we go back to just original Twinkle and have a look at the normal resources in the home learning hub. So this is a really useful if you really do need that structure. You've got obviously your younger children, your key stage 1, your key stage 2, 3 to 5, 5 to 7, 7 to 11. And they've got daily lessons. So each day, if you go on the home learning hub, you've got lessons. So 9 till 9:30. Joe Wicks, which a lot of you may already know, is doing a live 30-minute workout on YouTube. Also though, Twinkle have done like some 5-minute move cards and an exercise log to go with it, so your child can track what they've been up to. You've got phonics, live lessons, and you've got break time, so you can play I Spy, making snacks. There's a BBC Teach session, and then you've got multiplications. Okay, so this literally is brilliant because it breaks it all down for you, and it says what you could be doing at that point. So if you all your links to your other websites here in the green, and then your resources at the side are to go with it. Really, really, really helpful. Just gives you that little bit of structure. And like I say, they're all slightly different. So you've got newsroom bulletins, again a little bit of I Spy, calculating compound shapes, and Twinkle at this point is estimating kind of where most schools would be up to. So it might not have been the exact topic that your child would be doing, but it won't be far off. It may be something that they've already visited a little bit and are going back to. It might be something that they're doing for the first time, but really, really good. Just gives you that complete structure of the day. Okay, so that's Twinkle. Also, though, part of what they're allowing at the minute, there's thousands and thousands of free resources. So you search in anything you want to have a look at and it will. Next up, we've got BBC Teach. Now I've got BBC Teach to show you and BBC Bite Size. They're quite similar, okay? But BBC Teach, when you get on there, just lots and lots of video resources. And with it being BBC, it's obviously really high quality. So you've got your primary section, and again, all your different subjects listed in alphabetical order for Key Stage 1 and for Key Stage 2. So your 5 to 7 is your Key Stage 1, 7 to 11, Key Stage 2. Okay, even things like PSHE, religious studies, Spanish, you know, it's all in there. And when you click on, you've got different lessons they can work through. So you click on, you follow the videos, you follow the resources. You can see where they're online resources and paper resources as well. There's interactive lessons. Some of these they actually do live, so you can do, so it says where it says watch again, at some point they're doing live lessons on there. I'll show you where to find those in a moment. But lots of really high quality videos and articles for grown-ups as well, keeping them occupied, keeping them learning. Here we go, interactive lessons. So on the home page, you've got primary and secondary live lessons, which they're doing every day for you to follow along and be able to join in with. Really, really useful. Bite size also from BBC is quite similar. So you've got your different age groups. I use this a lot because it's got some really useful what we call learner guides in them. Oh, and some games as well, actually. So let me see if I can find. Here we go. So some guides. It's quite straightforward, but say you want to pick out a particular spelling, you follow the videos, it talks you through a few bits and pieces, you play a game, so you do a video and a game, and then there's more activities and some application activities down here that are kind of your next steps in learning. Okay, so once you get scrolled down to the bottom, it gives you your up next, which is your next kind of progression, which is really useful. Another thing that it has on Bite Size is just lots and lots, again, of really high quality videos. So I use them a lot. I've been in Key Stage 1 recently. We've been doing, oh, where's it gone? I've been in Key Stage 1. We've been doing geography. So I've been using various different videos. We've been learning about different regions. So we looked at Antarctica. We looked at hot and cold. And again, you've got videos and learner guides. So you've got matching activities, all age appropriate, of course. It talks about a lot of the different vocabulary. You've got different places. But when we go back to our topic, exploring the world, you've got learner guides and class clips, which is just the videos. Lots of different videos on geographical skills, geographical experiences, exploring places around the world. Really, really clever. And like I say, with it being BBC, it's really, really high quality stuff. Okay. Next is one that we use a lot called Classroom Secrets. Okay, so I'll show you how that works. This is something we use in school a lot. I know a lot of schools use it, but quite helpful. They've put together some home learning packs. Now, I know that some schools have sent these home already, or you could possibly print it off as extra. It depends on what your school have done, but I'll just show you an example. So you do need to be on a PC to download them because it downloads them in a zip file. So let me just make sure that you'll be able to see this in a moment. I'm going to have to change my screen share, so just bear with me, hold on. Make sure that you guys can see it. Here it is. Okay, so this is your home learning pack. Now, the easiest way to kind of talk you through this, is you've got various activities. They've kind of put maths, English, all their different areas that they cover into one pack. So it's not it is segregated in terms of it's all in a particular order, but You've just got some maths activities, some English activities, and what have you. So for example, here we've got maths activities, one more and one less. So all of these questions are all related to one more and one less. And this D in the little star means that they are what we would call developing. So if your child's accessing this for the very first time and it's something that's quite new to them, you would start with the developing, okay, just to get their confidence up. And the questions that are side by side are practicing similar skills. So if they get 1A correct, they might not need to go on to 1B. But if they don't, then they need a little bit more practice. So you work across if they need it, or you can kind of keep working down. Because, for example, here you've got 4A and 4B, and these A and B here on question 3, they're practicing the same skills. So if your child's getting A right, they don't necessarily need to complete B, okay? Then you've got one more or less on the D. So you've got 12 or 14 questions, really. No, 12 or 16 questions for them to be going at on each section. Again, one more or one less, but this is the expected. So this is, they can get on confidently with it now, quite independently. They're starting to get the hang of it. And again, practicing similar skills through the questions. Then we move on to the greater depth. Now, this is where your children are working at a much more kind of confident level. So for example, you can see here where you've got your tens and ones organised neatly on your expected. Your greater depth children, the children who are then much more confident with it, should be able to point out the tens still first, and then the ones, even though they're all jumbled up. So it's just kind of really confident with it, next level up, kind of not trying to trip you up, but kind of challenge your thinking a little bit, making sure they're really, really confident with what they know, basically. And again, lots more questions on the greater depth. And then it's moving on to a new topic, back again to the developing. So you're working on just tens and ones this time, okay? So classroom secrets is really useful, even when we move down. Oh, and it's got lots of cutouts as well. So you can cut them out, print them off together, cut them out together, play games with them. You can, on this number bonds activity, you've got your own, you can draw and things like that. It covers all the different topics. So you've got shape, number, little bit of measurement, and then obviously you've got your English things as well. Works in exactly the same way, where you've got your developing questions, your expected questions, and then your greater depth. So as they build up in confidence, you work through the questions. A few different ideas. There's plenty for them to be getting on with in these. They're really quite a lot to kind of to do. Okay, and again, some more cut out and make, some following up, so organising instructions, different things like that. Some stimulus for writing. Plenty to be doing. So they're really useful. And again, they are specific to year group. Okay, so they're quite useful. So let me find the next bit. Here we go. So that's your classroom secrets. Next little thing that we are going to be looking at, if I can find it, because my Zoom is now in the way, is need to get rid of my Zoom and I can show you what's next. Here we go. Next bit is a website called Topmarks. Now I use Topmarks an awful lot. Okay, Topmarks is really good. If you've ever had parents' evening with me, you hear me bang on about it because it's really good. You've got lots and lots and lots of learning games. So if you click on the learning games section, again, Topmarks can pinpoint you to a lot of things that aren't free, but actually on their website, their games and things pretty much are. So on that first page where it says like start looking for resources, what it'll do is kind of pinpoint you to lots of different places. Actually, if you just go straight to learning games, you've got categorized by year groups, maths and English, and all your different elements. So for example, your money, you've got lots of different games that they can play, and a lot of them are also tablet friendly. So you can load these up on an iPad, on a tablet, on a phone, and they're like kind of touchscreen games that the children can play. really, really good. These go down well. We use them a lot in lessons as like starters and things like that before we move on to the actual work. Really, really good. The kids love playing them. And again, like I say, you've got lots for English. So you've got spelling, reading. When you move up to the higher, you've got poetry kind of comes in there, punctuation, different punctuation games. Okay, not all of them are tablet friendly, but it does clearly mark where they are. Okay. Now, I found out about this next one, MathsFrame, through Topmarks. Like I say, it does kind of direct you off occasionally, Topmarks, to a few different websites, but their games are just as good, so you can use those. MathsFrame has got lots and lots of different, it does have some worksheets on, which I believe you can print off. I don't use them very often, but if you have a look down in categories, you've got free maths games. Everybody likes a good free maths game, and these are really high quality games. The kids love playing these. You've got times tables, questions, mental maths, shape, multiplication, again more times table. A lot of it is kind of times tablesy type stuff, but honestly, telling the time, that's a fantastic game. Actually, telling the time, I forgot about that one. You got mental maths, golf. The games, like for example, this archery arithmetic, it gives them a calculation they've got to solve. It gives them a multiple choice of the right answers. If they get the right answer, then they can hit the target more accurately, and they've got to score the most points. So the faster they're getting the answer, the more time they've got to shoot the arrow. If they're getting the answer right, they're getting the arrow more accurately. Really, really, really good games, and they just love playing them. They're brilliant. Okay, there's plenty of games there that you can then, once you get into the game as well, it kind of says what age are you, what times tables are you working on, and things like that, so you can select it really specifically. The next one is Phonics Play. Now, I know, or it was, haha. Oh, let's go. Got a new website. How exciting. Let's go. Oh, it now includes mobile and tablet users. That's good, because it didn't work as well on mobiles and tablets. It was more a laptop and kind of PC desktop sort of, although now it's not loading, so that probably wasn't the best idea. But Phonics Play is used in it's used in every school I've been in on supply, while I've been working like in full-time teaching. So it's something that's used in a lot of places, and the children are really familiar with the games. Tell you what, let's not go there for now. Let's stick with the existing site. But they've opened Phonics Play up for free, which is just brilliant, because the kids love it. Okay, so you've got March 20 and home. So March 20 home. Let's log in. I think I typed that wrong. Did I type that wrong? We'll see. It covers all your phase sounds. So if your child knows what phase they're up to, amazing. If not, you can see kind of where they're up to. If you let them have a go on one game and you think, oh my goodness, right, they can do all these, we'll move them up, or they can't, we need to move them a phase down. But you've got it goes out through all your phases. There's games to suit each. It covers their tricky words, which are the words that there isn't really a phonetic pattern. Oh, do you know what? I bet this is the amount of people on it. Just go back to the home page, and then you can see the kind of things that I'm going to talk about. So if I just have a look at the free Phonics Play for now as the children. So here's just 2 of the free games. So you've got all your phases down the side. Say you want to look at phase 4. So some of them you have to subscribe to play, but these games are all familiar with. You've got Tricky Word Trucks, they love, Buried Treasure, Dragon's Den. They all follow a similar structure. So all the games are quite similar. In that it's testing their ability to sound out the word, to read the word. Is it real? Is it not real? Because that's what their phonics screening check would test for, basically. So it kind of covers all those basic skills. But again, they really enjoy playing them. Right, we'll move on to literacy shed, seeing as though Phonics Play is probably overwhelmed by the amount of people trying to access it today. And now we're looking at some just beautiful pictures and videos. I love using Literacy Shed because it's just got so much good stuff on it. Essentially, it's full of ideas and stimulus to get children writing. So you do have a specific Key Stage 1 shed for young children, but you've got hundreds of different, well, you've got lots of different categories with hundreds of different videos to share. Okay, so you've got myths and legends, cultures, robots and sci-fi, war and peace, thinking shed, the night zookeeper. Oh, that's a new one. I've not been on that one yet, actually. Great animations, the fun shed. You've got sheds, anti-bullying shed. That's a great one. Basically, all these little categories are then full of more ideas. So if I show you, for example, within the fantasy shed, I think there's a video in here that I use, called Adrift. So say you want to have a look at this particular video, you click on, it loads up the video at the top for you to watch. And then underneath, it's got loads of writing ideas. So if your child loves writing, but they're not always sure what to write about, and you're kind of struggling, because oh, go and write me a story gets a bit old eventually, and you kind of need to give them something to work with. This is really good, because they can watch the video, and then there's plenty of different things that they can work with. So they could be writing descriptions, they could be carrying on the next part of the story, they could be writing about the characters and describing the characters, they could be describing the setting, writing a script, retelling the story. And it gives you some really good prompts, all kind of dependent on the different videos. That is one that I really like using. It's a really good one. Right, 2 more. Next one, Oxford Owl. Now, this is another one that I did not know about until I saw this free. Go and have a look, okay? Oxford Owl, I now love. I think it's brilliant. Okay, again, they're working on a lot of these websites purely because they've never had so many people on them at once before. They're uploading new material all the time. So if you do find, like with the Phonics Play one, it wouldn't work, have a go on one of the other ones. But you've got Oxford Owl for Home, which is where we need to go. And in Oxford Owl for Home, under the books section, there is an ebook library. This is amazing. I was blown away when I found this. Okay, it's probably going to be running a bit slowly, but we'll get there. So you want to browse the ebook library, because the featured ones, it only pops a few up. But before you categorise them, so you can look at the level, you look at the book band, and it brings up, so if you know what book band your child's on, it'll bring them up very specific, so you'll know they'll be able to read an exact level where they're up to. But there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of ebooks for them to read. Absolutely loads to be going on with. And you've got some other bits and pieces down there. Loads and loads to be going on with. And they are just, obviously, aside from the reading books that they're reading, that they've hopefully brought home with them, and going to the library. I mean, I know that, for example, Bolton Library offers an ebook and an e-library service. Don't know whether they all do, but I know that Bolton Libraries does. It's just something else to share, as well as the Twinkle ebooks, as well as a lot of the authors who are actually getting on YouTube and reading stories live to children. It's just another kind of tool. But these ones you can definitely target to exactly where your child is up to, because you've got that option of looking at their book band, which is really useful. Last one is another one whereby they are doing a lot of really guided lessons, which is super. It's called White Rose Maths. Again, we use it in school because they cover a lot of the, now you can do the fluency, move up to the trickier problem solving. So let me go onto the home learning section, because again, it's categorized. It goes up to year 8 as well, which is nice. But if you go on your child's year group, there's some lessons, and I think it's going to change every so often. I'm not sure exactly how frequently it changes, but it gives them a video explaining the concept. They're about 5 minutes long each, something like that. You've got an activity to download following up from the video, and then you can get the answers. Now, White Rose Hub is really quite a structured scheme of work. If schools are following it, this will be exactly where your child is up to. I know that some schools tweak it and can do things in different orders, but a lot of schools do follow the White Rose maths structure. So you might find that your child kind of picks up and goes, oh, this is what we were doing. And it's exactly where they were up to. It might not be the case, but I know that a lot of schools do use it. So it's really good to know that that's where they're up to. That's pretty much a bit of a whistle-stop tour of the different websites. If you've got any questions at all, please ask me. Like I say, I use these tools regularly because, let me go back to me. I use these tools regularly because I'm making because I'm using them as a tutor, I use them at school, I'm using them all the time. I wouldn't have told you about them if I didn't know and didn't think they were amazing. Like the Oxford Owl I've just discovered but with the ebooks, that's brilliant, really, really, really useful. So there's a lot out there. They are 10 that I've used, or I have at least gone in and had a look and thought this will be really, really good. So get in there, explore, see what you can get for free. Some of it you might have to sign up to, but they're offering a lot of free accounts out at the moment because of the situation that's going on. Don't feel like you need to pay for anything because there's a lot of stuff going already out there. But get in touch with your child's teacher if you're not sure. Get in touch with me if you're not sure. I know that I'm going to be using a lot of that stuff on my video sessions that I'm going to be running for my existing tutoring clients and some new people who've approached me too, because they're just so useful, and it's something that we can do from both, like on both computers. I can see what they're up to. So I hope that's helpful. Hopefully you'll find it useful, but make sure you're following my socials, because anything else that I find, I am going to make a point of sharing out there too, but I won't share it unless I've been on it and had a look. So if you're finding things on my page, you know that I've been on there and had a look, and I'm not just sharing anything that I find. It's taken me a little bit longer to get stuff out there, but I feel like if I've checked it and I know that it's good stuff, that you're not going to be disappointed in that it's going to end up costing money, or it's only available here and it can only do this much and you can only go so far with it. Obviously the stuff I've shown you today, a lot of it is like that, but a lot of it is free too, so please get on there and make the most of it. If you're really not sure, let me know. But thank you so much for watching. I hope it's been useful. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you all soon.